Welcome to springtime. I know it's been a wee bit of a long time coming, but walking around the parks and the streets now, our street has got all of the beautiful cherry blossoms coming out. We've had the flowering currants, it's now cherry blossom time. Later daffodils, tulips are just incredible. And on the front of my house, I have an early clematis opening up. So my heart is filled to brimming. Anyway, I wanted to share with you the meridians that we work with in springtime. There's a pair of them, the gallbladder and the liver. And essentially what's happening in spring, it's all about energy rising. And the skill comes in with making sure that is smooth and steady. When we are steady and centered and grounded, then we have a great perspective over potentially challenging situations, let's put it that way. If we're not, then that's where we can get really angry very quickly, not have a good overview. It's all to do with clear-sightedness. And so let's just have a little look at the meridians to help us with that in our practice. So the gallbladder meridian starts at the outer edge of the eye. I'm just going to walk in here a little bit. So you've got your eye orbits here, and just to the outside there's a little notch. Then if you run your hands round the back of your ears, and you can rub with the base of your thumb down at the back of this, kind of behind your ear at the base of the skull, then come all the way forward and to the center, I'm going to come forward again, of each eyebrow here in the middle of the forehead. So you've got these two channels here. You're going to go all the way back over to the base of the skull now. And again, you can rub with the base of the thumb from behind the ear along towards, it's like the big muscle here. It's not quite the neck, it's either side of that big muscle. And then we're going to come down onto the top of the shoulder. And you can just give your shoulders a wee squeeze. And then come round the side of the chest. Underneath the chest, I like to rub here with my knuckles. And then from here, we're going to come out to the side of the ribs. Lovely. In front of the hip bone, and then out to the side of your bum. And it's behind the head of the femur. So we're now down at gallbladder 30. This is jumping circle. It's a great piriformis release point, and often it's a tight piriformis that can lead to sciatica. So if you're seated doing a lot of stuff at home in front of a screen, make sure you get up and move your hips, even if it's just doing some lovely, pelvic circles, that kind of thing. Then coming down the outer edges of the legs, we're just going to come onto the top of the foot and the fourth toe. So that is our gallbladder meridian. It zigzags. Think of all that movement happening and how that is then replicated in what's happening in the body at springtime. Movement, energy rising. So now let's come up the liver meridian. Inner corner, or inner edge, of each big toenail. And then come up onto the top of the foot and find the edge of the shin bone. The inner edge of your shin bone. Come all the way up. And then we're just going to tuck around the back of the knee, squeeze in behind the knee, and then follow the back of the bone. You've got this femur coming up here. It's like the line runs up at the back of the bone here, up onto the groin crease, and then up the torso, finishing in line with the nipples on the ribs. And it can feel quite tickly. So essentially, these are the channels for spring. The zigzaggy movement of the gallbladder. You think about the size of the gallbladder, it's not very big in the body, and it helps concentrate bile that liver produces. So the role of the gallbladder is all about making sure we put our plans into action. If the liver is the architect, all of the ideas and plan making, then it's the gallbladder that helps see it through. So if you are lacking motivation, if you are procrastinating, then there's a few things that you can do, but mainly coming and checking out my channel and looking at a few of the short Qigong flows is a great way just to set your intention for the day. Spring energy loves early morning practice. So set your alarm 5-10 minutes early, do a focused meditation, choose from my lovely short but sweet spring practices and get yourself started aright. But there we have it. There are the meridians for spring. I look forward to seeing you on the mat sometime very, very soon.